Hi, I'm Pastor Ben Vogel, and if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you want to learn more about our confirmation program at Bethany. So, for starters, this video is designed to be an overview of our confirmation program. This video is going to lack some details, and if you want to learn more about dates, specifics about some of the topics I cover, please check out the orientation document below on this page. In fact, I would ask you to please read through that entire document before you email anyone, ask any questions, because more than likely that document will answer all the questions that you have. What is confirmation? Confirmation is a public affirmation of faith in the core teachings of the church as found in Martin Luther's Small Catechism. So essentially what confirmation is all about, it's about going deeper than simply saying, I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. We're digging into the content of the faith and asking the question, what does it look like to live out that belief that Jesus is my Lord and Savior? So confirmation is about teaching youth what it looks like to follow Jesus. In addition, it prepares 6th, 7th, and 8th graders for their first communion, and also to make the confirmation promise at the end of their 8th grade year, which is a commitment to which is a commitment to continue following Jesus beyond their 8th grade year. Confirmation is significant because, well, it helps the youth to understand how belief shapes action. If you really think about it, the things that we really believe, they drive what we do. So if I believe that sports are a lot of fun, I'll probably join a basketball team, or I will start watching my favorite football team and wear jerseys and make sure I don't miss them on television. I think you get the point. So to say, I believe that Jesus is my Lord and Savior, it means something, and it actually shapes the way we live our lives, and that's what confirmation is all about. Confirmation deepens our understanding of that belief, and it's a commitment to living out our faith beyond the simple declaration, I believe in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. There is a commitment to being part of the confirmation program. If you look below, there's an intent to be confirmed form that we're asking all students and at least one household leader to sign. And it provides a list of things that you can see on the screen behind me, which are the commitments that any student who wishes to be confirmed is making. And actually, I would argue this is a household commitment. All students must attend at least 75% of their classes. They must be at least 75% of the worship services from September through May. We're asking all students to participate in Sunday service opportunities. It's a requirement, actually, Sunday service opportunities on a regular basis. So they're going to be serving on Sundays, and then they're going to attend and participate in 2 annual Servant Saturday events. Thirdly, we are requiring all students, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, to attend confirmation camp in November. And last but certainly not least, we're asking all confirmation students are required to pass 2 interviews. One is for their first communion, and one is before they make the confirmation promise, and also to pass a test, a written test at the end of the year. The confirmation class, how classes operate, are as follows. Number 1, 6th and 7th graders, they are going to be covering Martin Luther's Small Catechism. In 6th grade, they cover one half. 7th grade, they cover the other half. 8th graders are studying apologetics. They're going to learn to defend the faith, and we're going to ask a lot of questions in that class, including regularly asking the question, why, or how can we believe this? Bethany Lutheran School students, those enrolled in Bethany Lutheran School, will actually be attending confirmation class during the week. They are also going to be joined by Bethany Lutheran School students who are not actually officially committed to the program. The reason for this is to expose more unchurched families to the teachings of the church and invite them to make the deeper commitment that is involved in actually being confirmed. So if you're a family, for example, that doesn't know a lot, hasn't been familiar with confirmation itself, this video is just one more way that we're trying to help explain what confirmation is all about and invite you and your family to be a part of this. Public school students, confirmation classes will be taking place on Sundays at 9:45 a.m. during our discipleship hour between our 2 morning services. The full schedule, including when all that starts, can be found in the schedule below. Sunday discipleship hour is something that we offer every Sunday. So whether your student is enrolled at Bethany Lutheran School or you're a public school student, we encourage all families to participate in discipleship hour, not just come to worship, but to join a Bible study and participate in all that we offer there. More information I'll share in just a bit. The supplies needed for class are Martin Luther Small Catechism, the 2017 version. The kids will receive a workbook, which will be provided for them in class, and then they should have a Bible. I recommend the ESV version, and if you go to Concordia Publishing House, cph.org, you can search for Faith Alive Student Bible, and it's a nice Bible for their age, for them to use for class. The assessment requirements in 7th grade, there's a First Communion interview before they receive their First Communion. In 8th grade, they have a final confirmation interview with the pastor, and then there's a test. Beyond this, each class is going to have their own class participation expectations and assignments. And I've asked all the teachers to simply work with families and communicate with the students within your classes themselves. So that's kind of how that's all going to run. As I said before, worship expectations are at least 75%. There will be possible worship assignments depending on the teacher. It's simple as this: to know Jesus is to spend time with him, to set aside time to follow Jesus by knowing him and hearing his voice. And so worshiping is a part of living out that belief that Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Service falls in line with that as well, which is why it's a requirement. Just as Jesus loved us sacrificially, we're called to sacrificially love others. So we ask all confirmation students to serve regularly on Sundays. The full details about this can be found on the orientation document I mentioned. 6th and 7th graders are on an acolyte rotation. So that's the only 6th and 7th graders only serve as acolytes. 8th graders have a variety of options that they can choose from as they're interested. So once again, please check out the orientation document, and they get to choose actually when they register for class. Servant Saturday is an event that takes place twice a year. It's a Bethany-wide event. It takes place in October and May. Participation in Servant Saturday is required for confirmation students and a household leader. So basically, it's on a Saturday. You go out for a couple hours and you just love your neighbor. And there are going to be several options available to kids, so they'll be able to choose between some options of how they will serve. Confirmation camp, which is for all 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, is required. It's going to be in November. It's going to take place at Camp Luther Haven, Indiana. And you can see the Y on the screen behind me. They're going to begin choosing a confirmation verse, deepen their connections with one another, amongst other things. We're going to need some parent drivers. So during registration for camp and the general registration itself, please indicate if you are able and willing to drive. Family participation is something that is huge for confirmation, because I believe that faith formation starts in the home, and that is biblical. God teaches us that faith formation begins in the home. How do our children learn to follow Jesus? Well, they look at the people that they live with. So the best way that you can help your child learn to follow Jesus is to model that yourself. If you're new to the Christian faith yourself, I would love to walk with you and help you out with this. I outline on the screen here some simple ways that you can help your child to learn to follow Jesus. One is worshiping regularly. So be the lead by saying, we're going to worship every week. Attend discipleship hours of family. So be in a Bible study yourself and bring your youth with you, whether they're in confirmation during the week or not. Serve with your youth. Okay, so be excited about Servant Saturday and find opportunities to serve. You can even serve with them on Sundays, and continue to support your youth's progress throughout the confirmation journey. The important dates that you need to know, it's all in the orientation document that I mentioned earlier. We also have the full schedule for public school students in confirmation class on Sunday below on this website. Confirmation costs are what you see on the screen right here. The confirmation costs cover the small catechism, their workbook, confirmation camp, and 8th grade confirmation expenses. So the really cool thing about this is you may make one payment and you are done for the whole year. No more bugging you about making payments. You can see the amounts: 6th grade, $135. 7th grade, if your youth still has their workbook from 6th grade, they don't have to pay the $30 workbook fee. But if they did lose it, then they have to pay another $30 to get a new workbook. So you can see how that adds up. And then in 8th grade, it's $125. Some frequently asked questions are these four that you see on the screen. One is, can I join late? Simple answer is yes. the deadline every year to officially make the commitment to be confirmed is confirmation camp in November. So this gives, for example, students, Bethany Lutheran School students who are just learning about confirmation until October really to decide, yes, I'd like to go through the confirmation process. I'd like to be confirmed. So the easiest way to understand this is if your student joins late, they would then fill out the intent to be confirmed form, and then they would have those expectations, including being able to complete the assessment. The assessments I mentioned earlier, they'll be interviewed by the pastor twice. They'll have a test at the end of their 8th grade year. So we're not going to make all the kids go through every single class, but we are going to make sure they understand what they need to understand in order to be confirmed, and that they're starting to live it out through the confirmation program itself. All students are required to be baptized. So if before the students receive their first communion, they must be baptized. So if your child hasn't been baptized, please indicate in the registration form, and I'll be in touch with you, and I'll share more about the why and all that kind of stuff. It's really an exciting thing for me to walk with families. Lutheran West Scholarship is something we offer to all students who 8th graders who graduate and attend Lutheran West. If you would like to receive the scholarship, you must be confirmed. So Bethany only provides a scholarship for 8th graders who have been confirmed, or 8th grade graduates who have been confirmed members of our church. So I'd be happy to chat with you more about that, but you cannot receive that scholarship unless you fill out that form. And there's a continued commitment as part of receiving that scholarship through their high school years. And finally, by going through the confirmation program, students become members of the church, which means they can vote. It means they can actually serve in bigger ways. They can talk to me, and they can start something new at our church. They can lead. It's really cool. It's really exciting to really take ownership of being a member. And so I'd love to talk to you and your kids about that as the confirmation journey comes to a close. So with all that said, thank you so much for listening to this video, and hopefully maybe you made it this far. If you have any further questions, you're welcome to contact me. If you have questions specifically about our youth program or opportunities to serve, please contact our youth leader, Ingrid Lewis. You can see her email address on the screen. God's blessings on your day, and I hope that this has been an encouragement to you.